Recording this lesson, so it's our second video on circle graphs. So this very first one, I'm actually going to call on somebody to tell me exactly what you did for your setup. So all these hands in there, can anybody tell me and I will be your scribe? Okay, Josh, tell me what to do.
70 over 100.
Okay, 70 over 100, got it. Equals x over 360. Okay, Josh, make sure I do this right. Make sure you agree with me. Let's break today. So we've got 70 times by 360, divide by that 100. Josh, will you call on someone to explain number 2 to me, please?
Well, I put 81% over 100.
All right, Matt said 81 over 100, got it.
And then
X over 360. Say, Matt, make sure I do this right. So it looks like cross multiply 81 times 360, divide by 100. Matt, I got 200. However, Matt, tell me what to round that to. 292. I got it. Matt, call on one more person. All right, Caleb, tell me how to set it up.
I put 2 over 100.
2 over 100.
And then something over 360.
Something over 360. Okay,
Cross multiply.
by 2 times 360, divide by 100. All right, did I do 7.2? Is that what you got, Caleb?
Yeah.
Oh, but wait, we're rounding today, right?
Yeah.
So 7, let's put it as 7 degrees. Thumbs up, how do I got that? You got that? Perfect. Keep that in mind as part of your assignment. You ready for the funness? Okay, what we're going to do next is circle graphs, the continued version of the circle graphs. Now I want to make sure you're thinking about this logically, so just look at the board. You don't have to write this down on your notes. So see that big blue section? If that was a slice of pizza, is that a big piece or a little piece? A little bit of a selfish piece. Do you agree with me? Alright, so let's estimate this. As far as percentages go, is that big blue piece 50% straight up, less than 50%, or more than 50% of the circle? Oh, look at all these hands. Okay, Savannah, what do you think? Definitely more. More than 50% of the circle. Do you agree with me? So if you're eating that pizza, you have just eaten more than 50%. Do you agree with me? Alright, so more than 50%. Now stop. What if I didn't ask percentage and I asked for angles? Okay, so nice and loud. What's the whole angle worth? 360. So if we're eating we're eating more than half, right? So if you're talking angles, what is it around? It's bigger than this number. Nathan, what are you thinking?
Like 180.
I agree. He said it's bigger than 180. Nathan, tell us where the 180 came from.
Because it's not 360 or 270, so it's got to be in between 270 and 180.
Perfect. I really like that reasoning. Guys, do you agree half a circle would be 180 degrees? If you do 180, you've gone just backwards, right? You're facing one way, now you're facing the other way. Okay, make sure you keep that in mind. Let's have a quick. This is a protractor. What is it, guys? Protractor. How many of you have used a protractor before? Hands down. How many of you? I've never used one before. Okay, this is good to know. Pay attention. It's not too bad, but it's good review for everybody because some people think they can use it, but they don't quite know. The whole point of a protractor is to line it up perfectly. To line it up perfectly, you have to use the upside down T. What do you have to use, guys?
Upside down T.
Say it again.
Upside down T.
Okay, maybe you're like, what the upside down T? I'll show you where it is. I'm going to draw. Upside down T is right here. Now do you see it? It kind of looks like a sunrise. Yeah, coming off of the upside down T. So we're going to measure angles. So let me draw an angle real quick, but you know your job. There's that one. Here's the angle. I want you to classify that angle. Maybe you're like, what the classify? I don't know what that means. Classify means, is that angle acute, obtuse, or right? But don't shout it out. Think about it. That angle I just sketched, is it acute, obtuse, or right? We've got to classify it. Tell a neighbor first. Tell me, what is it?
Acute.
All right, off of that, you did just fine classifying it. I need a hand in the air. What does that even tell you? What does acute even mean? Tells you specifically something about that angle. Cameron, what does it tell us? I love that. Okay, it's below 90 degrees. Now that's a good heads up when it comes to the protractor because our angle measurement should be below 90 degrees. Nod your heads, that makes sense? Okay, are you ready? It's all about the upside down. Upside down what?
T.
Okay, it's got to be the upside down T. Now here's what you do with it. Don't blink. Eyes on the board. Sammy, you with me? Take your protractor. Here's upside down T. You have to line it up perfectly with your vertex. Right where the angle's starting. Ah, pretty good? Now, see this line over on this side, coming straight? You need to make sure one side of your angle is lined up with the very bottom of that part of the protractor. Did I do pretty good? All right, now, your angle is literally going to be pointing to its measurement. It's saying, I'm right here. Let's pretend I did this a little bit nicer. Let's pretend it landed right on those two. Those of you who are close, you can see it. It's either 150 degrees or right below that, it's 30 degrees. Wait, we just classified it, so which one of these measurements makes sense for our angle? Tell neighbor. Tell me.
30.
Okay, that angle, we're going to say it's roughly 30 degrees. Okay, let me move this protractor if it will let me. Let me circle. Now inside they usually label it like this. You just put the 30 degrees right here. Okay, why does our protractor have a 150 and a 30 on it? Some of you know. Can I show you visually? It depends which way your angle is facing. So what if we do this nicely again? Go. Coming that way, and then like right there. Doing my best. And right there. Pretend the red isn't there, but it's good for the visual. If we're going to measure this, it's all about the upside down T. So take your protractor, line it up. Oh, well, that didn't work so great. Oh, let me start over. Back you go. How much nicer if I said weird. Oh no. Maybe I can't get. Oh. Can I delete it? I don't want to delete it. Yeah, but it won't let me. It's gonna be a little bit ghetto because I gotta eyeball it. I tried to be so fancy, fans. Trying to be straight. Okay, so if we take our protractor, it's about the upside down what? T. Upside down T. You also have to make sure right there. All right, I'm doing my best, right? Mine's kind of crooked. Most of it's on that line. Now look at this one. Now this blue angle, pretending the red isn't there, just the blue angle, classify it. Is it right? Obtuse or acute? Caleb, what is it?
Obtuse.
It's obtuse. So which one makes more sense, 150 or 30? 150. There you go. That's why your protractors have both. It's actually being really nice to you. It's just saying which way do you want to measure it, and then go with that, okay? All right, heads up. Let's do one. What if you had an angle that was like this? Okay, you gotta make a plan for this one. What's your plan, Emily? What are you gonna do to measure this angle?
You can tilt the protractor.
Sure, you can totally rotate the protractor. Make sure you line up that upside down T. All right, question. What if this was just already done for you on a piece of paper? Can you rotate the piece of paper? Yeah, guys, you can rotate paper. I don't know if you've done it before. Yes, you can rotate paper. Feel free to move your paper around. All right, this is going to be maybe kind of rough. So I'm going to show M's because I can't rotate the board. So the T, so T would go right there. If I was better at sketching, that would be right. And then it's pointing to almost the 120 or the 60. Let's round it to 120 or 60. Which one makes sense for our purple angle? 60. How many of you? I'm feeling pretty good about this. You feeling okay? All right. What I need you to do is clear your desks of everything except for blue, white workbook. Blue, white workbook.
Even our pencils.
Well, calculator, pencils, of course. But some of you have folders on your desk, taking up too much room. Hurry, hurry, hurry. We have to wait for you, so hurry, hurry. Or wait, are you done? Okay, 12 people who didn't read the agenda are getting their workbooks. I have protractors for you. Guys, they are plastic and bendable and breakable. Will I be so happy if you break my protractors?
No.
No. Some of them, unfortunately, are slightly broken, but it's not going to matter because it just has a little break in it. Guys, don't add to the breaks. Don't be like my dorky geometry students who think these are inexpensive. They are not.
They aren't?
No.
So like if
Especially when you have to buy 40 of them.
is it 5
Yeah.
cents?
Okay, here we go. You're going to get one. Be super nice to them. Yes, Josh, be super nice.
I'll tell you my 30 weren't.
They are very not expensive, but they cost money. All right, here we go. Be careful as you pass them back. Line up your protractor so it is right on the center. So upside down T is right at the center. From your blue paper, we're getting the 12 degrees from baseball. Okay, set your protractor, leave it there, get your pen and pencil ready. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna have to eyeball it. So 12 degrees, here's the 10. So 12 is 1, 2, make a little mark. Right there. See how tiny my mark is? No, at the 12 degrees. Okay, pull the protractor away. Now you guys have an advantage. You can use the straight part of your protractor. Use the straight part of your to go from this and hit that. I know this is the 12 degree for baseball, right? Now we measure in angles, but we label in percents. So inside here, just write baseball. And then Josh, what was the percent? I think you just said it. And then put 3%. Question, Bridget. Can you be so quick? Sharpen it real quick. Or just switch somebody or use a pen. Okay, the next part. You can't stop listening. Listen to this next part. Okay, what's the next sport? Basketball. And our degree 22. All right. Okay, watch my protractor on the board. Okay, this one we've got to switch our protractor because now this is going to be our bottom right. So put it back onto the middle. Back you go. Ready. So line up the T. But now we have to switch our protractor. We have to rotate it. So guys, eyeballs on the board. You can't miss this part. Eyeballs on the board. Eyeballs on the board. Chance, Emily, Bridger, Kaden, Bridger, Donnie. Eyeballs on the board. Ready? You cannot do it like this. This is set for the baseball. But now we're doing our next one, so you have to rotate it. You have to rotate your protractor so that the bottom is now the top of the baseball. You see how I did that? Now you can do your angle measurement. Yep, perfect. All right, I already forgot the angle. 22? Okay, so count from here. 10, 20, and then go 2, just make a little mark. After you've made your little mark, then you can pull your protractor away. Use the straight part of your protractor to make a perfect piece of your circle. Ooh, what that is without basketball. Okay, so come back, label it basketball. We measure in degrees, but we label in percent. What was the percent? 6. Our circle graph is looking great. Okay, what's the next sport? Oh, it's the same? Okay, be careful though. You have to spin your protractor, you have to rotate it. So come back to the center. Keep doing that. Back. But then rotate your protractor so the bottom is the top of basketball. Okay, I forgot. Was it 22?
Yeah.
Okay. So now put a little mark at the 22. 10, 20, 2. Is it football, Josh? Okay, I still have to make my straight line. Have you? Isn't it the same because it was the same as basketball? Okay, I'm curious. How many of you? I think I have this. Does it make sense? Then move on. Keep going. I'm just going to walk around and help. If you have it, keep going. Use your blue paper for all the information. Okay, so we're on page 200. Start. No, you said you're fine on the. All right, since we don't have the protractors, head start so we can make. It's kind of a lot of work. Now you have space in your workbooks, but if you want to put all this work on a scratch paper, you are more than welcome to. Just don't lose the scratch paper because you'll need it tomorrow for the circle graph. Okay, so for the pepperoni pizzas, starting with pepperoni, I'm just going to write it right here. I suggest you do the same thing. Make sure you show every single step. Because do not just rely on your calculator. Write this out. So we have to find the percent of people that ordered pepperoni pizzas, and we have to change that to get the angle for our circle graphs. Hand in the air. Help me out with the percentage. Do you remember the setup for percentage? Do you remember what to do? Perfect. She said 6 over, then add up how many pizzas there are. Pause. Where'd she get the 6? Right there, right? 6 people ordered pepperoni, but we need to know how many people ordered pizzas. You agree with 20? 6 plus 6 plus 3 plus 5. 6 out of 20 ordered pepperoni, and then what, Dee? Guys, calculators away. You can do this. Watch. What's 6 times 100? 600 divided by 20? Too big, but you're so close. It's 30. Take off one of those zeros. All right, so our percentage is 30. We need the percentage to help us with the angle. Now hand in the air. Oh, so that's our first answer for pepperoni. Hand in the air, help me out with the angle. Sergio, what do we do for the angle?
30% over 100%.
Okay, 30 over 100. Keep going.
360 over x.
Pause. You said 360 over x, dangerous.
Oh, wait. X.
There you go. X over 360 because it's a part over the whole. This one I would probably use my calculator. 30 times 360 divided by 100. So we make sure you write all of this down. Every single bit needs to be in your workbook. All right, Matt, what'd you get?
Oh, wait. I mean, I have a question.
Oh, go ahead with your question.
Are we supposed to make the circle graph?
No, we'll make the circle graphs tomorrow, but you have to do all this work before the circle graph.
Is it one-
Caitlin, what is it?
108.
108? Okay. 108 degrees. Okay, now listen closely. Listen closely. We're only doing 1 through 5. However, look, we just did pepperoni. You still have to do sausage and peppers and extra cheese. All of this. That's why I'm begging you to write down all your work. We'll do circle graphs tomorrow. If you don't have space left, put on a scratch paper. Don't lose a scratch paper. Come over here, do the same thing for these ones. Again, make sure you write down the steps. I want to see the steps.